Hey YouTube, Anna here. So I just want to get on here and do my 15-week and 1-day update. So let's jump right into symptoms. I've been feeling heaviness in my lower gut region. Before I felt sort of heaviness, but it was deeper, like almost in my vag area. It just felt kind of like heavy or full, but now I'm definitely feeling it outside of my body, or outside of my pelvis. It just feels like full. I've also been feeling movement, which is super duper exciting. Mostly it's when I lay in bed or I sit really still. I can feel sort of like a rolling sort of sensation. I described it to my husband in the crudest way possible. But if you could feel the waste in your intestines moving around your intestines, like if it turned a corner and you could kind of feel it go, that's sort of how I imagine it feels. Obviously I don't feel it like in my intestines or in my colon or anything like that. It's definitely in the front area. But it's like a roll. Yeah, I don't know how to, like you're kneading bread sort of, and it just sort of, that motion of just sort of rolling. I've also felt the baby move when I smell something really strong. So, my husband made some shower cleaner, some all natural, like it's mostly vinegar and vinegar, like an all natural soap, and then some lemon essence and tea tree oil. So, we use that in the shower after we're done showering, and this morning the smell was so strong, I felt movement, like the baby was reacting to the smell. It was really weird. Also, it happened when I was at the gas station. I smelled gasoline, and I'm one of those weirdos that actually doesn't mind the smell of gasoline. Like at all. So it was weird, but the baby started moving. But that sort of movement at the gas pump was more like a tickle from the inside, or like somebody just like pressing on the inside. It was strange, and I haven't felt that sensation again. I've only felt the rolling sensation, which is really cool. I'm not far along enough yet for my husband to feel it, but I tell him whenever I feel the movements. It's just really neat and sort of more confirmation, you know, like the morning sickness is gone and the sore boobs are gone, but now I have like physical confirmation of feeling the baby move. Which is great. I still kind of miss peeing on things. I was totally a pee on a stick addict. I mean, I just kind of got used to it after, 4 years and 8 months of trying to conceive. I kind of got used to the whole cycle of OPKs and pregnancy tests, and every month going through, a bunch of them, and now I kind of miss that part of life. I don't miss the struggle though, and I don't miss the sadness, and I don't miss trying to conceive, but it's just that peeing on a stick thing that's really what I miss. And also just seeing the confirmation, like physically outside of your body, that you are pregnant. I miss it. I mean, I can't bring myself to buy a pregnancy test because I'm so far along, but it just feels weird. I guess because I've just gotten in this routine of trying and OPKs and pregnancy tests. So anyway, it's a weird thing. I don't know if anybody else out there has ever had that feeling. sort of missing peeing on a stick. It's weird. Also, funny story, scared the crud out of me. I was doing laundry, which our dogs hang out in like the laundry room. That's where their bowls are. And because we have a really large laundry room, it's more like a utility closet and has room for a tool chest and our dogs' crates and food and everything. So it's pretty spacious. Our dogs were hanging out there and I was doing laundry, and all of a sudden both of the dogs were near me and I could hear them like jingling their little chains. And then I look over and I hear like a thud thud. And I was like, what was that? Ah! And then I turn my head and I look at the doggy door and there's our neighbor's dog peeking its head in to our laundry room. And I was all, dog? There's a weird dog in our house. And he was like, oh, that's our neighbor's dog. So we ended up calling our neighbors, and they're actually in North Carolina, and the dog sitter came over and took care of it all. But it was so strange. And they just, I mean, the dog is a 6-month-old lab puppy, and she really just wanted to play. So I let my big dog play with her because she's huge. My little dog was not having it. She was yelping and getting all skittish and excuse me. So I let my big dog, I kind of locked my big dog out of the house because the neighbor's dog kept on coming into our house, and I just let them play outside until the pet sitter came and got her. But apparently they have like firewood pressed up against the fence, and the dog has jumped on top of the firewood and then over our fence just so that they can she can play with our dog. So it scared me to death because I was like, I don't know you. And my husband was like, oh yeah, I know that dog. That's our neighbor's dog. So it was really cute. They had a little impromptu play date, and I didn't realize how old my dog is because my dog has zero energy. Like, he kept on trying to keep up with her, but was kind of like, you can run around me and I'll just sort of trot along slowly. I mean, he's like 7 years old, 7 or 8, so he's getting up there, and he sleeps a lot. So having a 6-month-old with like a 7 or 8-year-old dog, I mean, it's just, you can see the huge contrast in their energy. So this past weekend, our town had this trick-or-treat, like business trick-or-treat weekend, where like kids and actually families like dress up for this trick-or-treat thing, and they sort of block off most of the downtown section, which I live in a really small town, so it's like 3 blocks of businesses that participate, and they have booths that have give out candy or healthy snacks, but mostly candy. And the whole town just sort of kind of shuts down for the trick-or-treating. So I went to that, and I wore my Doctor Who maternity shirt, which is still way too big on me. Like, it looked like a nightshirt because it was so long. It was like to my mid-thighs, and like my belly wasn't pressing against the fabric, so I didn't really look pregnant, so I would like kind of hold it up. But it said Time Lord Regeneration in Progress. And yeah, so I wore my Doctor Who shirt, and I live in a town of nerds, so it was super awesome because I ran into like so many people dressed up as Doctor Who or Daleks from Doctor Who, so I took pictures with them, and it was super fun. I went with my best friend and her kids, and I mean, I just had a blast, like just being out there in the community. And actually, it was my first time actually showing my like pregnancy shirt out in public, so I was like, this is weird. There were some families that looked like crazy dressed up. There was Black Widow and Fury, which the guy with the eye patch, Samuel L. Jackson, plays him in the Avengers, and Black Widow is Scarlett Johansson. So this woman was in like an all-leather black outfit, and her husband had the eye patch and the long coat, and I was like, wow, you guys are insane. I mean, everybody's super friendly, so I talked to them for a really long time. They were super sweet. And then, so that was super fun, and we went out to dinner, with my best friend and her kids, and her ex-husband was in town, so we just hung out. And then, let's see. Oh, and then the next day, there was, like a pumpkin carving, viewing thing that they do every year, and I think it's called, the Pumpkin Glow. Excuse me. Where they, have all of these pumpkins on display with lights in them, and some of them are crazy artistic and fancy, and some are just really cute. And so we did that, and there was also live music at the end, so we ended up going to the like concert hall and listening to a band and dancing, and I mean, it was super fun. It kind of reminded me of living in like a bigger city, because when I wasn't pregnant, we would go out to like the club, or not really a club, but like there was live music and like little concerts, but like in a bar. Yeah, and it was like always super fun, and I would stay out way too late, and I mean, this one we were like back home by 9:30. So it was still that sort of mentality of being out and having fun. I mean, there's no alcohol, it's all for kids, so but the band was really cool. And they played like 60s rock, 70s classic rock, and just like awesome covers that were super fun to listen to, and some surf music. I mean, they did it all. So it was really super cool to go out and do that. And I was exhausted by the end of the night. I was dancing with my best friend and her two kids, because they both wanted to dance. And I like... After about 30 minutes, I was like, I'm really out of breath. And then I came home and I was like, I think I might be sore tomorrow, because I'm starting to get sore now. And the next day I wasn't actually sore, so that was fine. But yeah, so I had a super fun weekend, and my energy's back. I'm still getting over the cold. It's sort of taking forever to sort of dissipate, but my husband got whatever I had, but it lasted maybe a day and a half for him, and he feels great. But he's away on business this week, so yeah, it stinks. He's in a different time zone, and I mean, our calls are always like weird, because it'll be like 10 o'clock here, but it's midnight there, so yeah, he's just exhausted and working, so yeah. Kind of stinks, but I'm going to go run some errands today, and then I will get back to you guys next week. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm an open book, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!